Hello, I'm Gilad Langer from Tulip. I wanted to briefly discuss some thoughts around smart manufacturing from here, our perspective of Tulip and as it relates to Sesame. But first, let me start a bit with what Tulip is. So Tulip is a frontline manufacturing platform. It gives frontline operators and engineers a voice in the OT landscape. It is a no-code IoT native application platform that focuses on democratizing what we know today as generally the manufacturing operations. We call them industrial operations or frontline operations as well. Our customers use Tulip to digitalize and instrument their processes, be it a manufacturing activity, the business process behind the activity, and they do that by creating apps or what we also call digital content. All of this is done in a fraction of the time it takes to implement traditional Industry 3.0 solutions. This is at the core of the transformation. It's the core of what smart manufacturing really brings to us. It's about a rapid time to value, number one, and number two is gaining the order of magnitude productivity improvement, which is really the promise of digital transformation. Okay, so with that, let me get back to Tulip and Sesame. And I have three main points that I want to cover in our journey in the smart manufacturing and some of the work that we're doing with Sesame. So first point is the industry wants to prove that it's feasible. They're looking for those productivity gains. And we all know there's skepticism out there for any kind of new technology, and our industry is obviously risk averse, right? They don't want to try something new unless it's proven that it really brings the value and benefits that are really promised, right? So we found that our customers are doing that, and they're doing it in pilots or let's say small projects where it's controlled scopes. It's pilots, it's proofs of concepts. We like to call them proof of value. And proof of value is an interesting term because it's not about the concept. The concept of smart manufacturing, I think there's enough evidence that it is beneficial, but it's proving the value, meaning proving that there's productivity gains to be seen. So an example would be one of our customers who's been trying to get rid of paper for quite a while. They've tried all these different systems, but they've never really had, they couldn't find the ROI, couldn't find it's a huge investment, significant investment, and putting it in, it takes quite an effort, and so they never really could justify doing it. So they took Tulip as a smart manufacturing platform, and they were able, within 3 weeks, to come to what we call MVP 0, mutual minimal viable product. And the fact that they could get, 70-80% of the requirements and the process covered and a system created within 3 weeks was the proof of value, right? That's the value that there is, and that is a very quick way to show that you can digitalize a process. So customers who have a vision around Industry 4.0, right, they're starting to do this bottoms-up approach where they take small or defined scopes within their operation and showing how digital technology works for them. And we see that a lot, and I know that Sesame, a lot of this Sesame work, of course, is around that. So just proving value, proving visibility. We're doing a lot of work there, and we plan to work to invest more in that area and work together with Sesame in that area, obviously. The second point, so I notice I put that as green because that is something that we actively are doing, and obviously we'll keep doing. Point number 2, I put as black, which just to represent that it's something that we see a lot of value in, but really we haven't started yet on. It's an important, obviously, a critical component of smart manufacturing is connectivity with the world. Connectivity with the world in the digital world, is something that everybody understands needs to happen. It's connectivity with the business process, connectivity with the business systems, and of course, connectivity with the physical world around you, being the devices that in a manufacturing operations you work with, right? So, when you go to a plant and take a look at what's out there, you'll notice that we all know 80-90% of what's out there is technology that's been around for quite a while. Some plants, there's equipment that's 30 years old, some that's new. Excuse me. It's not that we expect our customers to refurbish their plants and put all new equipment so that there's connectivity. The challenge really is connecting to whatever is out there, right? And that's where we see the smart manufacturing profiles from Sesame as a huge value. in mapping the data mapping and acquisition exercise. We see ourselves, Tulip, we see ourselves as innovators in this space. We're directing manufacturing operations around innovation, and we want to standardize the plant floor. It's the only way that we believe we can be successful in applying any kind of smart manufacturing technology, because in Industry 4.0, it's one of the main concepts is this notion of cyber physical systems. The fact that the seamless integration of an operator's life or the way he does his work with the equipment around that he's working with. So it's a topic that's very interesting, and we plan to do a lot more work in that area. And I'm reaching out and say we are actually looking for partners in this space as well to work together with Sesame and do some work there, some interesting work there to bring out technologies to the manufacturing landscape. The last piece I want to cover is education. And I put this in yellow because we do some work here, but we believe that there's much more that needs to be done. We can't stress enough the importance of academia in America and educating the next generation of engineers, especially around smart manufacturing technologies. One of the things that I do is as we build Tulip as a company is recruit a lot of people, and I am actually surprised that the entry-level engineers that I talk to, their lack of knowledge around smart manufacturing. They don't know what Industry 4.0 is. They're very digitally native, but how it applies to manufacturing, what they learn is the traditional stuff. So, as a startup, Tulip was born in academia, MIT specifically, and of course with that we're very active with universities and outreach programs, etc. And we do a lot there. We know that Sesame is doing a lot in the Smart Manufacturing Innovation Centers with UCLA and NC State, and we plan to do a lot more together with Sesame in this area, both in combining our efforts around the academia outreach, but also Tulip. Everything we do at Tulip is online, also in the way we do training and the way we bring Tulip to the world. And we have something called Tulip University. It's a way where our customers can educate themselves not only about the technology Tulip is, but really how you apply these technologies in a manufacturing landscape. And we plan to work together with Sesame and utilize this online learning resource in the academia outreach. Yeah, so that in all is what I wanted to cover today. Thank you very much for the opportunity to present our efforts in the smart manufacturing space and Sesame's initiatives. And I look very much forward to meeting all of you in person next time we have a real face-to-face Sesame event. So thank you.